Hello, Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia, and this is TransurfingTV. And today we are going to do another talk on exiting your comfort zone, getting outside of your box, expanding your belief system, letting go, thinking about what you want instead of what you don't want. All of the different modalities, all the self-development tools, everything that Reality Transurfing tries to teach us, it's all for the same thing. It's exiting that box you're stuck in, right? Extending you or ascending you out of the box into the alternative space where more of what you want exists. Getting out of the box is really the only way to connect with what it is you don't have right now. And I know that sounds so simple, but it's true. And I actually learned this by experiencing this myself. I had to exit this to start really getting all the cool stuff that I wanted in this world. Before I get going though, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me to enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers. And please subscribe to this channel. And check out Reality 2.0, the teachable course down below. Link is down below. So yes, I have, I'm new to the world of self-development. Finding Reality Transurfing was really the first modality I ever tried to adhere to, apply, and I consider myself very lucky because I have learned quite a bit just, from hearing others talk and coming across other books that I really like and other teachers I really like David Hawkins. He's awesome, very, very transurfy stuff, very non-dualistic thinker. But really where all of this stuff is going is in the exact same direction. It's just being said different ways, right? It's helping you to discover and resolve the stuff keeping you limited and really putting you into a more powerful position where you can start grabbing and accessing and taking some of the things that you want in this world by letting go and trusting your higher self and taking action. That's a huge one. Before I get into this though, I want to say that what inspired this lesson today was a comment that was made in the Facebook group, the International Transurfing Institute Facebook group. And if you're not a member of that and you would like to see what's going on in there, it's very, very dynamic. I've heard from some people it's the most dynamic Facebook group they've ever seen. I'm very fortunate to have such an awesome community with awesome conversations going on. It's lit. But somebody said to me in there, hey, it sounds like you, I can't remember which video it was about, but it said, it sounds like you are an adrenaline junkie and you're just constantly pushing to people to dive off the cliff and to make the leap. I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but it was something along those lines that, a lot of spiritual teachers and people pushing this stuff are really urging people to take these massive leaps. And in a way, I kind of am, right? I kind of am, but I know that the harder I push for a big leap, at least there's the possibility of a little one, right? So I know everyone's not going to take huge monumental steps and dive off and get out of the box and go, plunge into the alternative space like I've done since I found this modality, but at least you could do it in a small part. And I'm not advising anyone to totally blow their life up, right? I know that a lot of people do blow their lives up when they find Reality Transurfing because they wake up and they're like, oh my God, what have I done? But really, you can do all of this stuff from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your job, from the comfort of your relationship. It's just about switching your perspective from a limited way of thinking, which may very well be, oh, I can't start a new path. I'm married and I own a house and I have a 9-to-5 job, and what else am I going to do, right? That's limited. You can remove that, just that idea, and maybe you dedicate your after work hours to getting something else going for yourself, or starting a new process of some kind, whatever it is. But really, it's about you taking the initiative to extend beyond your normal routine, extend beyond the self that you have at this very moment, and take some actions and some steps towards that higher self. And in my honest opinion, this is how we connect with our higher selves. We do not connect with our higher selves without taking action and plunging us onto some other life tracks. Even if those are just life tracks that exist with our exact same circumstances as we know them. When I started Transurfing TV, when I started my real estate project, when I started all the different things that I've got going on right now, in the same relationship, living in the same town, living in the same house, doing the same daily things, I'm just adding in another layer of opportunities by exiting my comfort zone. This is me accessing the alternative space by taking anomalous action. And if you didn't watch that video, the 30 Anomalous Action Challenge, I highly recommend anyone that wants to get out of their box to do this challenge. It is an absolute game changer. So what is inside of your box? So inside of your box is fear. It's thinking about what you don't want. It's acting with inner intention, doing what you are doing with inner intention. It is your limiting beliefs. Really, the box in itself is your belief system, right? This is your belief system. And that's why coming out of the box, this is you sort of transcending or ascending above your box of limited beliefs. And as I like to say, your highest thought about yourself now is the ceiling of your box. If you raise your thoughts about yourself or possibilities available to you or some sort of higher thought, you're simply raising the ceiling of your box, and your box becomes bigger. So the more people I encounter a lot of people that lack, they want things, they don't have, they feel stuck. They really are challenged to understand why they can't move on beyond themselves, why they can't get into a better relationship, why they can't develop higher income streams, paths of income, all that stuff. And really what this has to do with is the box being very, very confining. Their box is very small, and there's a very limited amount of space to work in within the confines of that box. So in order to get more of what you want, those box walls need to extend out to where some of that stuff exists. And if you look at the alternative space visual model that I like to use, the linear life tracks stacked on top of each other, and all the really good stuff exists on the higher tracks, the higher lifelines, this is the wave of fortune or the wave of success. How you access that is by extending out of your box, raising the ceiling up, and actually coming into contact with some of those higher life tracks where more of what you want exists. So ask yourself, if you're lacking, if you're wanting, if you don't have something that you want, if you feel stuck, what is going on here? Is it limited beliefs? Are you holding on? Are you telling yourself that you can't? Are you acting with inner intention? Are you thinking about what you don't want? Are you fearing letting go, right? So switch that thinking over. Stop thinking about what you don't want and think about what you strive to achieve instead. This gives you greater access to the alternative space. This is you giving in to the alternatives flow, which only exists outside of the box, right? The alternatives flow is outside of the box. It's not inside of the box. This is you accessing what you need to help you fulfill your order via outer intention. You will come in contact with more guiding signs showing you the way. Your world is full of guiding signs that will show you the way if you let it, if you trust that they're there. But it's very limited what you're going to see when you're inside the box, right? You'll have more energy existing outside of the box, because inside of the box, you're really like just sort of the energy's stagnant. There's nothing new. It's not circulating. You're just sort of, like I say, that running that well-worn groove track that is monotonous, that isn't stimulating any longer, and this lacks energy. This has more energy. This is you letting go. So the saying that Vadim, I love it so much in the book, I want, I fear, I can't let go. This is you letting go of the I can't. This is you trusting your world, giving into the flow, letting yourself out of the box, extending towards some of those higher beliefs, those higher versions of yourself. And really what this boils down to, the essence of this, is the determination to have, the determination to act, and pure intention. So if you find something that triggers that heart and mind coordination, and you're like, oh my God, this is so good, and I can do this, right? I'm gonna stop thinking that I can't. I'm gonna stop holding on to my routine. I'm gonna lift some of my limiting beliefs. I'm going to, stop just working from the mind so much. Stop thinking about what I don't want, fearing, right? Setting the intention, then tapping into this arena, allowing yourself to extend beyond the confines of your box and put yourself in a direction where you can act, or you will act. This is all about you putting yourself into the environment where more of what you want exists, and then accepting that stuff, and not just accepting what you have now and allowing that to be your truth, because you can refine that truth and completely restructure it. So where are you today? Are you here? Are you outside of the box? In the alternative space, going with the flow, letting outer intention guide you, seeing signs, having energy, letting go? Or are you in your box of limiting beliefs, holding on, saying I can't, acting from outer intention, thinking about what you don't want, fearing, all that stuff? Really determining where you are and how you can get to this place if you are in fact here. This is transurfing. This is absolutely transurfing. So let me know your thoughts on this, everyone. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and say hello in the comments if you're new. We are getting lots of new subscribers, greatly appreciate it, and I hope this video has helped you. Have a good one, everybody, and keep on transurfing. Bye.